Bursting onto the rap scene in 1993 with Reachin', a new refutation of time and space, Digable Planets arrived with an Afro-futurist aesthetic rooted in the art and philosophy of the Black Panthers, the Last Poets, and Jimi Hendrix. Crystallizing and building on the nascent jazz rap strategies of De La Soul, A Tribe Called Quest, and Arrested Development, Reachin's portrait of ghetto life remains a smooth, laid-back counterpart to the raw and violent imagery of 90s gangster rap and a masterpiece unlike any other.
The bloom, the swoon, the sugars on your block, the planets let them flash in the corners of New York.
Borrowing the album's title from a translation of an essay by the Argentinian poet and writer Jorge Luis Borges, arguing that time and space are conceptual, the three took on insect-inspired nicknames. Ishmael Butterfly Butler, Marianne Ladybug Mecca Vieira, and Craig Doodlebug Irving. Channeling the creature's communal nature, the revolution-minded group used the nicknames as a shorthand for socialism. Digable Planets had no shortage of radical heroes. The record collection of Butler's father, Reginald, a history professor and part of the Black Liberation Movement, provided much of the album's inspirations and source material. Built around a sample from Casey and the Sunshine Band's Ain't Nothing Wrong, Where I'm From riffs on the band's origin stories. Digable Planets may have claimed Brooklyn as home by the time Reachin' was released, but each arrived in the city from elsewhere. Butterfly floated in from Seattle, playing basketball at UMass Amherst en route. Doodlebug and Ladybug Mecca from Howard University and the flourishing DC hip-hop scene, where Doodlebug threw parties and Ladybug worked as a backup dancer for the touring acts he'd promote. But rather than simply shout out their respective hoods, the origins recounted on Where I'm From are more spiritual, pledging allegiance to funk in all its forms and seeking a more universal truth.
Boogie jobbing rap is life where I'm from. Where I'm from, Ahmad play with Izzy where I'm from. Where I'm from, it be like...
The soundtrack to an imaginary film called New York is Red Hot, Pacifics, was born of Butterfly's early weekend morning walks down Linden Boulevard in Flatbush, painting a picture of the street's bustling West Indian open-air markets and the relative calm of Sunday mornings. At home, Butterfly kicks back to watch TV, call his mother, read French existentialist philosophers, and listen to jazz records by Max Roach and Charles Mingus. It's an ode to Brooklyn's vibe and vibrant culture, just another day in the life of a Digable Planet.
Lay around and think, ain't nothing to do. Checking out some Sartre, Camus. Mingus is our damn Roach can drum. The DPs are like, there they go, here they come.
Reachin's first single, Rebirth of Slick, Cool Like That, preceded the album the fall of 1992, but it didn't blow up until early '93, when Rosie Perez tapped Digable Planets to appear on an episode of In Living Color.
Straight from the six, so you got to dig the rap. She innovates after sweeter cat naps.
Built around a horn sample from Art Blakey's Stretchin', it encapsulates the band's jazz-infused, Afrocentric ethos, with references to Kinky Hair, Cleopatra Jones, and the 5% Nation.
But I'm cool like that. I'm cool like that. I'm cool like that. I'm cool like that. I'm cool like that.
Winning a Grammy in 1994 for Best Rap Performance by a Duo or Group, the song bested massive hits from Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, Cypress Hill, and Naughty by Nature. Not everyone was down, though, with some inferring that Digable Planets weren't street enough. After the Grammys, some members of the hip-hop scene were heard to ask, cool like what? Recorded at Shane Faber's Sound Doctor Studio in Montclair, New Jersey for an estimated $30,000 to $50,000, the RIAA would award a gold record to Reachin' within a year. Moving to more aggressively Black Power messaging on 1994's Blowout Comb, the group disbanded in 1995, with Butler re-emerging over a decade later to explore some of the same celestial Afro-futurist themes with the acclaimed Shabazz Palaces. But Reachin', a new refutation of time and space, remains a classic, channeling the moment in hip-hop before gangster was the norm, when jazz, philosophy, and revolutionary principles coalesced into an iconic statement of singular creativity and Black excellence.
We jazzed up the streets to prove we have these fat jazz, fast styles, and it sounds so sweet, and there ain't no doubt that you got to check.
Doodle, silk, butter.
Neck is so good to be here.
Yeah, baby, that's the style. The jazz can fill a club or papers by the pile. Just ask Toy Soldier. Toy Soldier could have told you at the Boomin' Funk Hut it was the Afro with the butt. So to the flam lovers that crowd in dark spots, to see him kick that lingo and grip that